Who knows?
I'm saying, hi Johnny, because I haven't spoken to you for about 15 years.
Hi Bill, we should catch up every
Good to see you. Well, you know, it's very low grade. Very, very low frequency.
a picture of you.
With a mask.
Playing your own flute. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to start.
Mm-hmm.
Got the microphone.
Bit louder.
Yeah. Let's try the microphone. Yeah.
Hello, is that any better? I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Okay. I've got some notes. This will be quite rambling. I don't do much in people. I'm Johnny. Hello.
Hi.
I live locally. I came to uni in Brighton and I never left, like a lot of people. I've mostly had a sensible career up to about 8 months ago, and I decided to become an indie games developer.
All right.
I should probably explain what an indie games developer is. Indie just means, like in most cases, no publisher. So there's no publisher money.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do it myself, fund myself, just do it alone. It's a lot easier to self-publish games these days. So you know, there's a lot of indie developers around. So 8 months ago, I decided to start a studio and just contract. I quit my own business of 3 years, which was doing well, but I realised that wasn't
What you
the right
want?
direction for me, and I was turning more and more towards just doing my own stuff. It's like if I'm going to jump through all these horrible hoops that people make me jump through, I might as well be doing it for myself. It was no easier working for someone else. So, yeah.
Sorry, Bill's going to speak a bit loud.
Lots is involved. Luckily, my fiancée Liz can draw. She's not a games artist by any means, but she's free, and that's great. And my good friend Nige is a composer, which is very helpful. I cannot express how useful it is to have people available, because I can't draw, I can't make music, I can't make sound, and I can't pay anyone up front. So
Can you animate? Can you animate?
Oh, great. I can animate really badly.
Do you need someone who can animate?
No. Oh, just...
Okay.
I do.
You do?
I do.
I will find someone.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about... Yeah. Okay.
I draw and animate
Can't believe it. Eventually I'll get into what I can do. There's a big list of things I can't do, which might be what am I making at the moment? Well, I've spent a lot. I'll get into that. I'm making a game called Mighty Tactical Shooter, which is a 2D side-scrolling, turn-based tactical gravity-bending retro shoot-'em-up, which probably all needs explaining as well.
Not if you went out of the game after 5.5 years, it doesn't.
Great. So it looks like
Yeah.
game. It's really low res difference in the game. Shoot 'em up is normally Twitch-based. It's just all your reactions, but I've made it turn-based, so it's completely tactical, and you do stuff with bending gravity. You plan what you do, and then it stops, and then you plan. So there's no real pressure to do it on reaction. You can plan everything that goes out. And 2D just because it's a lot cheaper to do 2D, and I have even less 3D skills than I have 2D skills.
But why did you have like a certain array of a few game ideas, and you decided, oh, maybe...
The array of my game ideas is very long. I chose one that I thought I could do in 3 months.
Okay. Okay.
After I started investigating it and playing around with the smaller vision of it, it was just working out. It was working out so well, I couldn't stop myself from making the larger bigger.
Uh-huh.
Which is commercially was entirely my thinking now is the complete opposite to how I started. It was going to be, I'm going to do a game in 3 months, get some money, blah, 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 blah. It's 8 months down the line and I'm nowhere near finished. So partway through I had to have a good talk with myself about why am I doing it? Because I was getting very angsty about, I should have done this in 3 months, it's been 6 months, I haven't done it, I haven't made any money, I've just wasted loads of money, I've wasted my time. The usual things that go around.
So what convinced you to continue? Or?
Because I didn't want it to be less than it was heading towards. It really would have been I forget what I was enjoying and just cut it right down to something that I wouldn't have enjoyed doing. So I thought,
Stop kicking yourself, start doing it.
exactly.
All right.
I had to make a decision either quick or what I wanted to do, and it was the lack of making a choice. So things I'd already gone down the path of the longer vision. It's like, well, just do it.
But have you thought of crowdfunding it or something like that?
Yeah, that will be coming up.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
So, lots of game ideas, but of course only concentrate on one project.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Despite all the ideas I've had since, it's like, right, just focus. Some days, you probably all know it's impossible, and other days it's like the easiest thing in the world. Sometimes both those days happen on the same day. I should probably show a video of it at this point. Make it easy to talk about it.
Do you have a video online somewhere?
Yes, it is on YouTube actually, so if you wanted to get it.
Can you give us the link for those that are watching?
Yeah.
It's on the Google Hangout, so I can't put it in.
Is it the one that's on your site?
Yes, off my site, the teaser trailer is all I'm going to play now.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Sure, could you
Because that's so jumpy, you wouldn't be able to.
yeah. Could you paste it, please? All right. Sorry.
For my game.
Is that what it's called on YouTube? I'm looking it up.
Oh, it's Mighty Tactical Shooter.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm not getting it.
Spread the word. It's multiplayer game.
What language is it written in? The real world, yeah.
No airplanes, but automated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting that.
Mm.
I like the strategy behind it. You have to like plan in advance. But what are the penalties when you get right? Like, do you have is it build up that thing that you're really good at and then you have to go back away? Like, let's go back a little bit.
It's playing more like a puzzle game. I don't say puzzle game, it's a puzzle.
No, right.
Each little bit is
I see it like a puzzle game. It looks like that. You have to work out.
Did you say puzzle game?
Puzzle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting how people get put off by puzzles.
A little
I've made a segment, I've made a Venn diagram for people. People who like shoot 'em ups, but also happen to like tactical games that don't mind puzzles, which when you join those together, it's probably a very small, big bad.
Right.
So there's some bits to talk about in there.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here wanting to give you another idea for a game. I'm afraid I can't.
No more ideas. So, where do you saw it in there? When I was first playing around with it, and it was just the ship on the screen, there was no story, it was just the mechanics. I thought, I need to get some character into this. Indie games often, or more often than not, need some character in there. If you've got no characterization, nobody's got anything to attach to. So that's where if you saw them at the side, the three AI buddies you've got there are your gun buddy, shield buddy, and repair buddy.
All right.
Because having a speech bubble coming out of a spaceship would just look stupid. If anyone remembers Road Trooper from a long time ago, the comic, it was about a clone soldier who, they're supposed to operate as clones and be together and a whole brotherhood of soldiers and blah blah blah, and went his own way and got kicked out. It would have been a really dull story if it was all just his internal monologue as they wrote it, because it was just him. But they had cleverly thought up that when the soldiers get killed, it downloads them onto a little chip, and the other soldiers can plug them into their gun and their helmet. So you end up with two other people there. So even though you have this lone soldier, he had some other soldiers that attached to his gun and his helmet. So you got to chat to them. Great, he's alone, he's completely alone. They made a big thing about him being alone, and he was always in a two-way conversation with other people.
It is,
Feel that idea and have AI buddies as part of the ship, and really all the characterization is there, even though you're supposedly the pilot of the ship. So the story, there's lots of sci-fi cliches, but obviously I want it a bit different. There's some twists, and there's going to be some difficult choices on the way as well. You will bump into some people and have to make some tough decisions. The only one I can remember off the top of my head is at some point you find someone who would make a better pilot for the ship along the way. So up to this point you've imagined yourself as the pilot, but actually you're not so much the pilot, because you've got that choice of, do I now swap to someone who's slightly better at using the ship than the old one? And it's slightly more complicated than that, because there isn't room for two pilots. So if you swap pilots, the other pilot, your original pilot, is just going to space.
His buddies.
No.
it's just going to float in.
Okay,
All right.
time's gone. You're just letting him go. That's really interesting.
So at that point it'll be a test of how attached you've got, exactly, how focused you are on, this guy's better, I'm just going to have him regardless of the consequences. But I've got a bit attached to the pilot, maybe I'll keep it.
Are you actually going to see him floating off?
Yes, absolutely.
Floating off going,
In the beginning bit, there was a big blizzard in the production facility where it explodes and die and go blue, so he'll be like that. The ending is great. I had an ending in mind right from the beginning, and a couple of weeks ago I just went for a walk, and the ending's completely changed. I'm really, really pleased and proud of it, except I think the reaction might be really bad. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's far worse than the everybody died ending.
But you're happy with it.
and he'll get eaten by really big aliens. Everyone gets eaten by really big aliens.
No, it's really well. I don't know, do you want to know? It's supposed to be a big secret, but it might not have the same impact. So there's... You saw a little bit of the big bad at the end there.
You're not videoing this bit, right?
Oh, right, it is being videoed. I'll actually stop it.
This bit doesn't go online.